channel. This is the fourth video tutorial in the Python series. In this video, I'll explain you about numeric types in Python and how you can use them, and then how we can convert one numeric type to another type. So let's start with it. In Python, we have basically four different types of numeric type. They are integers or int, then comes long, and then float, and the last one is complex numbers. Complex numbers. And so now we'll see about each of these different numeric types. First comes the integer. All of us know that integers are basically the whole numbers, both positive and negative. So in case we want some examples, integers are like 1, minus 12, and then 0, 45, etc. All this belong in integer type. The second one is long. They are integers of unlimited size, written like integers, and followed by small l or capital L. It means that you can write any variable equal to some random number and then followed by L. Here you might get confused that is it a 1 or small l. So that's why I would advise you that it is better to use capital L whenever you are writing long numbers. And then we have float. They are numbers which can be both negative and positive, but they contain decimals in them. For example, take some variable b and we'll assign it to value 2.345, something like that. Here we see that this variable is assigned to a number which has a decimal point in it and is followed by some decimals. So it belongs to the float type. The last one is the complex number. You might have studied them in your high school, and if not, it is simple. They are of the form a plus bj, where a and b can be some constants, and j is always, here this j part is always equal to square root of minus 1, and here we can say that a is the real part and b is the imaginary part. So the examples for this are x equal to 2 plus 5j, then y equal to minus 7j. Here we see that a, which is equal to 2, is the real part, and the imaginary parts are 5 and minus 7 here. And it might happen that you want to know the numeric type of a variable. So in that case, what we can do is we can use this type function, and x is any variable of which we need to find the numeric type. So the type x returns the numeric type of that particular variable. So if we print type of x, then it would return the numeric type of that particular variable. Here you can write it as x or any variable, that's it. Okay, so now we'll see how to use this type of variable function. So for that, let us open the terminal, type python 3, and now we'll assign a with 10, which is an integer, and to find out its type, we'll write print type of a. It will return int, which means that a belongs to numeric type, a is of numeric type integer, and then we'll write b equal to 2.345, print type of b. Here it has returned float, which means that b is of type float. Then we'll write c, which will obviously be some complex number, 2 plus 7j, and now once again print the type of it, we can change this here, print the type of c. Here it has returned complex, which means that c is of type complex number. And so basically this is the way in which you can find out the type of a particular variable. It might so happen that you want to convert a particular variable of some type to other type. Here we have a equal to integer, and then b is of type float, and c is of complex number. Suppose you want to convert a into float type, then you can do this. Take a random variable d equal to float of a. So the way in which we convert a variable from one type to other is take some random variable, and then here we'll have the type of numeric type, and in brackets we'll specify the variable name. This is the way in which we are doing it. Now we have assigned d equal to float value of a, so it should return. So now let's see what happens when we output d. Here we see that our b, earlier our a had 10 stored in it, but when we have converted into float type, it shows d equal to 10.0. Here we see that there is a decimal point, so it has been converted into float type. We can also write, now if we want to convert a float into an integer, we can write e equal to integer of b, because b is of type float. Now print e. Here we have seen that b equal to 2.345, which is a float number, and we have converted it into an integer type. So what happens is that when you convert a float into integer, all the decimal places will be left off, and only the integer part of it will be returned, and it will be the output. We can also convert other types, but we have to take care that we can't convert complex numbers into other numeric types. This is one rule, so you should take care of it. So in this video I have covered about numeric types, how to check the numeric type of a variable, and how you can convert between some numeric types and all. That's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching it, and subscribe and do like my channel and videos. Thank you.